Hello and welcome to this technical analysis video. My name is Mr. G and I am not your financial advisor, so please do not take this as financial advice. As a matter of fact, last video I made, I said I sold all my Bitcoin, and that was a bad move. Bad move. So one more reason to not use this as that financial advice. Even though I do good moves in a regular basis, I do bad moves, and that was a very bad one. And I'm gonna explain exactly what happened. So I was calling a bull trap right there, which I was saying was going at least to 30k, maybe even below. I was wrong. This was a bear trap, completely wrong. And I was talking about how this was a bear trap. I was still holding some Bitcoin, but I got caught up in this bear trap, unfortunately. And when I sold here, this was risk management. I wasn't sure at all this was a top, but I found there was too much risk in this market, so I decided to sell everything. It was a bad move. Look, it went even higher. And the very funny thing is that I end up in a winning trade. I can buy back lower right now. And I actually did. I had a buy order at 44k. But I sold immediately when I woke up. It passed when I was sleeping. It got the limit order got happened. It got filled, and I sold immediately. So because I'm in this kind of situation, I don't know where the price is going. I'm not sure if it's going up or down. I find the market very unpredictable, so very hard to predict. So I'm scalping. So even though I missed all this move right here, I made some scalps there. I made some profits, and right now I'm in a good position. And I would like to insist on a point for about leverage, because you guys know I'm not leverage trading, or very rarely. Sometimes I'll use leverage, but it's very rare. And I know a lot of people on YouTube especially are not necessarily professional traders, and they use a lot of leverage, and that's very dangerous. So I'm using this situation to show you the power of non-leveraged trading, especially with something like Bitcoin, which can give you very big gains in very small amount of time without leverage. So why the hell would you use it? Now, I'm not saying it's stupid to use leverage. It's actually a great tool. It's very dangerous. You need to know what you're doing, and that's why I rarely use it. And look at what happened. I was in a bad trade. I sold here. That was very bad. And what happened? I'm in a good position, and I made tons of profits doing non-leveraged scalps, which gives you very low profit, but I don't care. It's very low risk. I'm in profits, and I'm in a good position to buy back right now. Now, what the hell happened? Well, first of all, I have this channel to me is like a diary. I'm documenting my ideas. I'm not really looking to build a big audience. I'm just documenting my ideas, and it's like a diary. So I just want to, in the future, be able to see, okay, what kind of ideas I had, what kind of results they produced. So what I realize right now, and I've been realizing this for some time, is that when I discovered Bitcoin in 2017 in this area, I was very interested in the news, and I watched a lot of news. But at some point, I got kind of pissed off, not pissed off, but lazy. I started being annoyed by all these news channel, always following the news. I'm lazy. I don't want to follow the news. So I miss big important facts about the market, like the fact that there was a Bitcoin ETF in the US, which was launching on this date right here. And I sold here like a fucking idiot. Come on. For 4 years, I've been hearing in the news, when's the Bitcoin ETF coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? Of course, there was going to be huge speculation and a run up to that event, which I didn't even know was going to happen. So that's my fault. If you guys have news that you think are very important, you want to share, please do. That's also the kind of thing I'm hoping for this channel, is that we can help each other out. I have some ideas. If you have some, go for it. Like, I've heard one of the guys on the channel wrote a comment about the El Salvador news that happened there. I didn't even know. I was calling for a bull trap here, which was kind of a bull trap, not as big as I thought, but didn't go to 30k, but still it was a bull trap. But I didn't know about the El Salvador news. If I had known, I would have sold everything I had on that day. but I didn't know because I don't follow the news. So that's a big bad point. I have a big flaw that I have, and I think I'm gonna have to watch more news, unfortunately. Anyways, so where is the market going? Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Well, the thing is, right now, I've been bearish and I've been considering this a bear market. Now we have a higher high. Anybody who's a bear who sees a higher high like this, from this point to this point, if you're not considering that this could be bullish and there could be another parabola coming, you're in denial. Okay, I have a tendency to be more bearish, and right now I'd say I'm neutral. I'm not bearish, I'm not bullish. I have a slight tendency to be bearish, but this higher high makes me reconsider everything. But so that's why I don't know if it's the time to buy or not. What I could say is, if you have the strategy, which is not my strategy, but if you have the strategy that you want to buy as much Bitcoin as you can possibly buy, and because you think it's going to 1 million and you're a hodler and you just want as much Bitcoin as you can, I'd say go for it, man. If I'm not like that, and I can't talk for you, I'm not a financial advisor, I have no idea what's your situation, and I'm not regulated in any way to do that, so I'm not doing it. I'm just saying what I would do. If my strategy was to buy as much Bitcoin as possible, I'd buy at every big dip. It's cliche, it sounds ridiculous, buy the dip, but it's real, it's true, it works. If you buy every big red candle on a weekly, you're in massive profits right now, and you've been in massive profits for like 12 years in a row. So if that was my strategy, I would definitely buy some right now. If I wanted to hold long term, I think it's a good time. Even though I do think it's very possible that we go back to 30K, even below. I don't think all the bearish narratives I had before are out of the table. I think they're just more uncertain right now. Okay. So considering I'm neutral, I'm gonna be less sure of myself on this video that I've been in the past. When I was saying to buy here, when I was saying to sell here, I was very confident. When I was saying to buy here, I was very confident. Selling to sell here, I was very confident. Now I'm not confident at all. Okay, not confident at all. So I'm just gonna give you some bullish ideas and some bearish ideas. I'm going to give you all the things I see, and you can decide for yourself if it's because anyways the situation will evolve, and I don't know, maybe tomorrow my view is going to change if I see something, if like this big red candle becomes green and that would be obviously very bullish. So I'm just going to give you bullish and bearish ideas. Okay. So this is the spike you see here. This is the top you see is when the ETF, which was like 4 years of speculation, when are we going to get into an ETF in the US, and we got it on that date. That's very suspect, guys. Okay, very suspect. This top here was this Coinbase listing, massive dump. This top here was the CME listing, massive dump. And then we've got this 4 or 5 years of speculation bringing us to this top of the ETF listing right here. So we got the dump. Maybe it's already there and it's time to buy. But I say this is very suspect. Okay. Now, a bullish thing. Look at how this candle is being bought up. This candle is going to close very soon. Okay, it's actually going a little bit up right now, and the candle is going to close in a couple of hours. So and it's being bought up like this. This is usually very good. Okay, very, very good. Just kind of like this. You don't see it well here because the volume, but this was being bought up pretty well, and then the next week, boom, like this. This showed a lot of buying pressure, and when you get strong wicks like that, like you could see here, a strong wick being sold, it was a selling pressure, strong wick being bought, buying pressure. So this looks very bullish. Now, this massive trend line here, which got broken. That's very bearish. That's not good at all. In a market that's powerful, you want to see the trend lines go more and more steep. You don't want to see them get broken. You want to see them get steeper and steeper like this. And when they get broken, like they got right here, it's always a bearish sign. It's not a confirmation of anything, but it's not good when they get broken like this. So this big trend line being broken is not good at all. The problem is, look, let's go back to a daily. Everybody was looking at this trend line. It was really, really obvious there was this trend line. So I'm not surprised it got broken. And the market has been messing with people's mind for such a long time now. That's why I don't feel comfortable in getting back in for long term yet, because it's traps everywhere. This is a bull trap, the bear trap, the bull trap, the bear trap, the bull trap, the bear trap, the bull trap. It's like, yeah, so considering that this should be a bear trap, but I'm just saying it's not clear. Like this was very clear. Let me just show you with some let me just go back on the weekly with some moving averages. Okay. So this right here, wait, let me just remove some moving averages. Okay, this price taking a long time sideways, moving sideways and slightly up, is supported by major moving averages like this yellow 21 weekly moving average and the 10 simple, the red one. Very powerful, staying above these moving averages, very powerful. Then below, look at all these nastiness and these moving averages not getting respected. This is not a sign of strength. Doesn't mean there's not another parabola coming. I'm just saying we're not in the, I don't think we're in the formation of the parabola right now. Just like right here, there was a lot of choppiness going up, down, up, down, up, down. We were not, this was not a parabola forming at all. This was a nice parabola forming. Just like you see here. Look how the moving averages support the price very well. Price is always above these two moving average. When it starts messing around in them, it's trouble times. Now let's go see here. Same thing, stays above the moving averages except for here, but it gets bought up immediately. So lots of signs of strength, which is even more obvious on the monthly, whoops, okay. On the monthly, the moving averages get supported even better, which they are not right now. Look at the monthly. Look, powerful market, especially on Bitcoin. You see this red moving average on the monthly supporting very well, very well. That's a parabola forming right there. Same thing here. Support very well by this red moving average. Same thing here. Support very well. You see, touch the red moving average, pop above, another parabola. So this is very different. Look at how this red moving average is getting destroyed all the time. Bang, 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 bang. It's the candles are closing above, just like it seems to want to close there. But it's the beginning of the month. We're the 5th of December. There's like 4 weeks left. This candle could close anywhere. It could close much lower. Could close higher. Who knows? But it's got blasted through this moving average pretty obviously. So I'm just saying I don't see an obvious sign of parabola forming right now. So that's why I don't feel safe getting back in. But I'm not someone who's trying to accumulate Bitcoin. I'm not that guy. I'm some guy who's just day trading, swing trading. I'm doing trades all the time, scalping here and there. So so don't take my word. If you want to buy the dip, by all means. There's a lot of bullish things. This is daily. Look at half the candle has been bought up. Okay, that's huge. That's a very bullish sign. Problem with that, and I'm going back to the bear side, look, there's not a lot of volume. There's more volume than usual, but that's very small volume for such a big candle. Similar candle right here. Look at the volume. Much bigger drop, but still, look at the volume. The volume right here. Well, this is not a good example because the volume was high and the move didn't go too far. It went the other way. But what I'm saying is that's not huge reversal volume to me. And I've tried other exchanges like Coinbase. There's not much volume. Look at how crazy this is with all these lines. You'd be surprised, guys. Trend lines have been working for 5 years in a row, and tons of them. Look at this blue one who supported the price here very well and was very effective in the past as well. Here, 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 here. Very crazy. But anyways, my point was, whoops, that's not what I want. This is it. My point is there's a lot of bullish things and there's a lot of bearish things. So who knows? But I think this is trader's paradise. Let me show you why this is trader's paradise. I'll make a Fibonacci from approximately the low to the high here, okay, around the high. And what I do is I don't try to get the perfect low or the perfect high, because that's doesn't give me the best results. What I do is I try to find where it fits the most, where it had the most effect, where the Fibonacci lines were the most respected, and that's pretty good right here. Look, resistance, there's some resistance, whoops, right here as well. Then there was support on major on these major, look, resistance right here, support right here. These two ones here were very important as well. So these Fibonacci have been working very well, and look what's happening. Look, there seems to be a range right now between this one, the 382, and the 236. There's a range right now. So I think this is like trader's paradise. I mean, I bought here at 44K. I sold too fast. I should have kept it a little more because it went higher. I sold it somewhere here, I think. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I'd short here, because shorting Bitcoin is very difficult, and I would never do that after such a big dump. But I would definitely close along there, because it seems like there's a range. Now, one thing that could make all this go down the table, down the drain, is, look at this very interesting thing, and everybody's looking at that right now. This is the CME, and you get the GBDC, same thing. This is the institutional Bitcoin products. A lot of big institutional players and big traders are using this. The trend was not broken. Trend not broken. Trend not broken. Trend got broken in the weekend by the unsophisticated, way too much leveraged dudes in their basements. That's what I think. That's why I'm such a massive wick being bought up, because it's not that much the market that wanted to do that. It's just insane craziness, and people got scared, and stop loss got hit, and people got liquidated. So there's a possibility that the price could come up. Whoops. God damn, too many. Okay. The price could come up to this moving average and open next week right there. And it would be like it never happened. And then we'd be like, everybody's going to wonder, is it going to happen on the CME? And then when everybody expects something too much and it's too obvious, oftentimes it doesn't happen. So that's a possibility that everybody's looking at right now. Is the CME going to open right here, or is it going to open down with a big gap? Which gaps often get filled, so that's another thing. So definitely a possibility that something like this happens, okay? So that's a bearish thing. What else? Well, you still got what annoys me, that's another bearish thing. Still that biggest gap in GBDC history, biggest, and GBDC has always filled every single gap. Didn't fill the biggest in history right there. That's not too good. And there's another one right here. And the CME has one here as well, which CME usually fills this gap as well, and one right here. That's 20K. Holy shit. So yeah, that's bearish, bullish news. Now, another thing, I think that's a very important thing. I think I'm going to close on that. Bitcoin has been doing something different in the last year that it has ever done in all its history. If you look at the past history of Bitcoin, The fractal is very predictable. It was always a big parabola, big pointy blow off top, boom, and then so much opportunities to buy back at the support and do massive gains, and it's always pointy like this, okay? Pointy, 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 pointy. Pointy here, pointy everywhere, pointy here. It's always these blow off tops, okay? Even when small corrections, you get blow off tops like that all the time. Another one here, you got another one here. But then something happened in the last 2 years, I'd say, where it's very different. You get these round tops all the time. Round top here, round top here, round top here. This kind of pointy, but not that pointy. It's kind of round. This massive big round one here, another round one here, round one here. It's like there's no more blow off tops anymore. So what's happening? Is it the institutions that got in, the banks, the big players, the Kathy Wood, the Michael Saylor? Is there bots? Is it a lot of people say it's manipulation? They're doing Wyckoff things to do traps all the time, but that's really much what I'm seeing. There's always the same fractal happening, and a lot of people are seeing this right now, and it's still continues, even though more and more people are seeing it. It's continuing. Look, big rally, obvious resistance, then the price goes above the resistance, makes everybody bullish, and you get a dump. Then another rally, an obvious resistance, price is pushed above the resistance, and a drop. Then another rally, the resistance is obvious right here, price is pushed above the resistance, and a drop. Then same thing on a bigger macro level, resistance here, as you can see, price pushes above the resistance, and the drop. Then another time, another rally, resistance here, price push above the resistance, and a drop. Another rally, resistance here, price push above resistance, and a drop. Now, so this is very interesting because it very likely will happen again. It seems it's happening all the time. And it's not a Bitcoin thing. You see it in many markets, these kind of behaviors, traps everywhere. Is it manipulation or not? I have no idea, and I don't even like trying to speculate on it because it could be natural, it could be manipulated. I have no idea, and I'll never know, and nobody will never know. So what's the point of talking about manipulation? But it could be, but whatever it is, it's happening. So better use it in our advantage. So what I'm saying with this is when the market is powerful, as you can see, the drop is very small. Very small drop. After going past the resistance, very small drop. Past the resistance, very small drop. But then when the markets becomes weak, then go above the resistance, big drop. Okay? And big consolidation. But the thing is, as you can see, it never ever went much lower than that fractal. When the fractal happens, there's the drop, but then it goes higher. And it always did that. So it did it again, passed the resistance, poof, back to the last support. And right on this moving average, which supported very well that the last time. Maybe we're gonna get a lot of messing around in it, okay, like we had there. But like I said, with the Fibonacci range, which showed a range, an obvious range here and here, I think that's a very interesting level to be buying in. But that's me. Hey, I'm just saying my thoughts. Don't hate me if I'm wrong. Look at how close it is to getting back to this moving average and opening with the CME at the same time where the same level where the CME is. Everything's possible. I mean, it could close over there at the end of the day, and all this was just a deleveraging event. Flushing out the weak hands, flushing out the over-leveraged people, and then price going back up. So, last thing, sorry, I forgot. There's a last thing that's very important. Okay, I'm going to close on this. I'm making these videos way too long. Look, what I want to see when a market is powerful is I want to see the red. This is the weekly. red moving average and the yellow. The red is above the yellow. That's what I want to see. You always see that in every powerful market, every powerful parabola. That's what you see. And when you get the cross back down like this, the red below the yellow, it's not a death sentence, but it's a weak sign. It's a sign of weakness. You don't see that when the market is powerful. As you can see here, it didn't happen. Market was powerful. So what happened, and that made me bearish in the last months, is that you got this very bearish sign right here. The red was below the yellow. So that was not good. But then the red got above the yellow and continued above. So that was very bullish. So if the price had stayed there, and if maybe it will, as you can see, it may close above this trend line in a couple of hours and then go up from here, then these moving average would stay in bullish posture. The red would stay above the yellow and everything's fine, and we could the market could go like this up to another parabola. Okay, but the thing is, if the price stays down like this, if it messes around too much here, what's going to happen is that these moving average are going to get negative slopes like this, and they're going to cross in a downwards way like this. Okay, the yellow being above the red going below the yellow. Now this would mean that this was the bearish sign and this was the fake out, and then we back into bearish posture would be very bad, because if you got already the sign, the warning, and then you get back there, that's usually when it actually plays out and the bearish posture stays in bearish posture for quite some time and price goes down. The possibility, so either this is going to be a fake out and the price is going to keep going up and the moving average are going to stay in bullish posture, or whoops, god damn, I'm just trying to cancel this thing. What the, okay, or this is the fake out and this was actually good bearish sign. We just had the ETF, which sent everybody to the trap, and then this would be a fake out and the moving average would cross back down. So this is possible. That's what I'm going to look for in the next weeks. What happens with these moving averages? They're going to tell me what kind of strength is in Bitcoin right now. I'm just going to show you an example. This is this is a stock. Okay, it's a Canadian stock. Canopy Growth it's called. Very interesting right now, as you can see. Support the prices, but that's for another video. What I want to show you is that something similar happened, and often happens in markets, as what happened in Bitcoin. Bullish posture, red above the yellow, very nice, and then you get bearish sign, gets bearish posture, red below the yellow, but then back up, and it's a fake out right here. It's a whoops. This is a fake out right here. Because look, the bullish posture comes back, the red is above the yellow, the price is above everything, every moving average, and gets supported by these moving average very well, and that's a super sign of strength. So this was a fake out when here you had the bearish posture, but then you get it again right here. Okay, and then look what happens. It's popped back above, then pops back to bullish posture. The red is above the yellow, but look at how the slopes are getting horizontal, even a little bit negative here. They're not going up like they were going here, going up, 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 and price above them. Very different here. They're going sideways and price is going into them, up, below, stuck in them. Now it's resistance, now crossing back down. That was very bearish sign, because that was the warning right here, and then it's actually played out, and which means that this here was the fake out. Bullish posture, putting everybody in bullish situation. You even got a low and a higher low and a high and a higher high, so everybody thought Canopy Growth is going back again. But no, look, bada bing, bada boom. That's when the bearish posture, the red below the yellow, actually plays out for quite some time. Okay. So, and very interesting thing, the top right here, this is where the Canadian legalization of cannabis happened. So for years, people were speculating, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. When it happened, look at how, I mean, the price is much below before legalization. So the it, the super great news for this company worked only as much as it was a rumor. When it became reality, it was not helping at all, or not much. So that's what I'm looking for in Bitcoin. If something like this happens, where these moving average become sideways and start crossing down like this, it's going to be very bad. But if they stay in this posture, if price of Bitcoin manages to stay above these moving average, you climb back above and stay there and do this kind of thing, then it's going to be very, very bullish. So you see, the moving average are going into sideways movement right now, and possibly even negative. If price stays here, the moving averages are going to start going down. That's going to be very, very bad. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. I'm gonna do some more videos eventually about other things. I have some trade ideas. If you want, I'm gonna put some trade ideas out there, but this is just about Bitcoin today. So hope this was helpful. So have a good day.